What it do, everybody? It's your boy Derek on the mic again today. How is everybody doing? Um, we're actually gonna have a couple shows today. The first one we'll get started with is gonna be about Star Wars review. When I say Star Wars, I mean the last two episodes of Obi-Wan. Um, Matter of fact, I'll probably have to edit that once I get back into it because I put Star Wars, but I'll change it to Obi-Wan. There's a new series out on Disney, and we're going to review it every single week. Me and Danny are. Also, be sure to subscribe to our show, guys. We only need what 900 or 893, I think it is. Yeah, 800. No, yeah, 893 more people to subscribe to our show, and we'll hit 1,000. No big deal. We'll get in there. Be sure to hit that like button below. Shout out to our sponsors, Mark Novakovic. He's over there on YouTube. Loads of good videos that he puts on there, and he also has the Jimmy and Chad podcast. That was something that I did a special in with them. Absolutely hilarious. Make sure you guys check that out, and be sure to check out The Art of Procrastination on SmittyBlack.com. Loads of great music on there. Talented artist. He just puts it down every single time. Give him some love out there, guys. Without further ado, I want to give a shout out to the one and the only. He goes by Danaconda at night. He goes by Brother Dan in the morning, and in the middle of the day, he goes by Disco Danny. His name is Daniel Holtzman. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm just living the American dream, slaving away at work like usual, bro. We got a loaded couple of shows that we're gonna do. Right after this one, we have our regular show, and then, of course, we're gonna have our whatchamacallit tomorrow. So, baseball show. Anyways, actually, no, that's today. I'm gonna do baseball today, football today. Excuse me. Tomorrow's gonna be NBA. Let's see. So the first question I have, Danny, is what's going on with the Grand Inquisitor. So he's seen, I believe, in episode 2 of Obi-Wan. He gets killed supposedly by Reva. What do you think? Like, what's your speculation? What do you think happened to him? Because obviously 5 years down the road in other episodes, he's actually alive. So is this just a fake Grand Inquisitor, or is he really not dead?
Star Wars has been a little bit different throughout the years with the comic books, the animated series, and the episodes. Obviously, I was stunned by the Grand Inquisitor getting stabbed and dying.
Same.
I think it might be a little twist. Maybe he dies, someone else becomes the Grand Inquisitor.
Okay.
So that's where I'm kind of leaning towards, because there could only be one Grand Inquisitor.
True.
And also, they're all trained by Vader, so they have their different ranks. Third brother, fifth sister, Grand Inquisitor. When Vader ends up training them, they also form a Jedi to turn to their dark side so they can live. So a lot of different scenarios and different things with that I feel, but I think he's dead, and I think they're going and probably promote someone else to that role.
Interesting. So it could be like another guy who just has the same type of marks that he does in the later series part of it. That's a good take on it. I like that one. Okay. I wasn't quite sure when I saw it. I was just like shocked. I was like, what? She just killed him? Like, I didn't see that coming. That was a twist out of nowhere, man. I was just like, wow. I was like, in my mind, I don't think he's dead. I think he's gonna come back somehow in like the later series. I think it just like, I don't know. I just feel like he's coming back. I don't feel like he's dead. But then I guess the next question for that is, how does the rest of the Grand Inquisitors react now? Because you obviously have the third brother. You have, or no, it's the third sister, right? It's the fifth brother, third sister, fourth sister, fifth brother. I think that's who we were all introduced to. How do you think that they react now?
Well, they're not all Grand Inquisitors. There's the Inquisitors, and then there's a Grand Inquisitor. So there's usually only one. So like I said, promotion, one's going to be promoted as the Grand Inquisitor, the leader. Obviously, all these dark Inquisitors were former Jedis trained by Vader. In the comic books, he cuts their hands off. It's like, now you know pain and darkness. I want you to have hate. How you going to react to this? Get you stronger onto the dark side. Feeling of loss and stuff like that. So comic books, the animated series to the show, it's a little bit different. But yeah, different Inquisitors. They're all known as Inquisitors. You get your Grand Inquisitor. I think one of them's going to get a promotion to that role.
Okay. I could see that. It could be Reva. It's interesting. Very interesting. I don't know how the rest of them are going to react. And we're going to talk about some of those guys, some of those characters later on in the show. But I don't know, man. I'm kind of curious to see what does happen. Um, Something I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing more of is Princess Leia. She made a couple appearances. You know, she's kind of like a main character in the second show, honestly. But it shows like her kind of spunk. Like it shows early on that she's very like perspicacious and intuitive. Like she like has like a feeling already. Like I feel like she has the force in her already, and she probably just doesn't know it. She just maybe she thinks she's like that, I guess. But you know, she roasted her cousin. She knew like how and who he was and what he was actually feeling. Because he kept trying to dig into her and say some bad things about her, and then like she already knew something was up when Obi-Wan came to go rescue her, and then she put two and two together when she saw everyone's tablets and everything with the bounty out on him. She's like, "Oh, they're actually using me to get to you." Like, are you really with the Force? And then he ends up, saving her with the Force. Yeah. What do you want to see more of her? Like, do you think we're gonna see more of her? Or?
I think we're going to see more of her and Luke, especially her though, mainly because she ties into A New Hope. I think if they knew that Leia and Luke early on were like the twins and the offspring of Skywalker, they wouldn't be going after Obi-Wan as much. But they don't know that, so they're trying to like use her as a gateway to get to Obi-Wan. But they don't know the significance of these children, which is mind-boggling. But it's just kind of it's all good that it kind of ties together on their relationships and how they were formed. And then when she's like saying, "Oh, Obi-Wan, you're not a Jedi. You're just old and beat down," basically. But yeah, he couldn't use his Jedi powers for the last 10 years because they would be able to sense and find him. So yeah, he does look a lot weaker, frail, but that's expected to happen as he ages and not being able to use his abilities anymore. So
True
I like the direction where they're going. I think it's going to tie in really good into the New Hope.
Absolutely. And I'm a little spin off of what you just said, but do you think Luke Skywalker is actually going to appear in these episodes?
I do, in some form, shape, or capacity. I think he will.
Yeah, same here. I'm hoping that he does, at least as a little boy, because I don't think we've really seen that side except for the very first, was it the first or second episode?
First episode.
Yeah, first episode where like he's on, was it Tatooine?
Yep.
And Owen's there taking care of him. He's got his wife, and that was like our first like actual appearance of Luke Skywalker as a kid, but we didn't really get too much out of all of that. I hope this kind of brings some more like of I don't know, early childhood type of stuff. See how he was before all that. So,
and you know why they brought him there, right? Tatooine. Just give you a little backstory. They brought him to Tatooine because Darth Vader was from Tatooine. Anakin Skywalker, he was a slave there. His mother died there. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna go back to that planet. Send Inquisitors there. Basically, there's too many bad emotions, that feeling. So like, that'd be the safest place for Luke.
Because Darth Vader didn't want to go back because they had bad memories, is what you're saying?
Basically, yes. It brings him closer to being Anakin Skywalker again, which he's not. So he's Darth Vader now. So anything remotely close to that, where he's from, would it be a good ideal?
Very, very smart. That's a smart thing to do. One thing that speaking of Darth Vader, something that I was like really intrigued with is how, or I'm sorry, it's not that one either. It's this one. Sorry. How does Reva know Vader's identity? Like I think at the very end of episode 2, she's trying to go kill Obi-Wan or at least capture or something like that. I think she's trying to kill him, honestly. And she like mentions it. She can sense it, and she's talking about Darth Vader, and she says Anakin Skywalker, and he gets that take like, oh, wait a minute, he's alive, and then she like senses that like, oh, you didn't know he was dead, you didn't know he was alive. I mean, it's like, how does she know that Anakin Skywalker is Darth Vader? Because from what I've read in the past and what I've watched in the past, every single time that someone knows his identity, he pretty much kills them.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm glad he brought that up. What I think is when she was going through probing Obi-Wan's emotions, he was visualizing everything. And you know how like the dark force or like the light side, they can kind of gauge each other's feelings and see
Right.
things.
And they can
I
see things telepathy wise. Yeah.
I think she saw the battle some shape, way, or form on Mustafar when he became the actual Darth Vader, and that's how she found out he was Anakin, and that's
She,
why he became Darth Vader
so
through
you think she found out just now at that scene?
through Obi-Wan's emotions and feelings.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, he'll find you. Darth Vader will find you.
I think maybe. Oops. He's having some technical difficulties. Anyways, I think, in my personal opinion, y'all, I think that um I think there's more to that story. I think that she found out at a different time. I mean, I think maybe she's holding it as a secret. Um, oh, Danny's back. So I think there's more to it, bro. Can you hear me? I think you might have to. Yeah, there you go.
Hello, I'm sorry about that.
You're okay. Technical
Little
difficulties.
bad technical difficulties there. What was I saying? I think she,
Oh, you were saying that you think that she found out at that particular moment when she was fighting or gonna fight Obi-Wan Kenobi, that she found out through his mind. I think personally she found out before that. I think she's the only one out of the Inquisitors that knows that. I think she's kind of keeping that as a secret, but I feel like there was still more to that story because one of the questions I popped up earlier was what are her motivations and personal connection to Obi-Wan? Like she has this fixation of where she needs to find Obi-Wan. So I feel like maybe he did something to her bogus, or maybe she has like some resentment for like towards him because like maybe she found out about Anakin Skywalker and she knows who he is, and she know that Obi-Wan was probably the one that trained him and realized that he failed, so maybe she's upset with that. You know, that could be something that I'm thinking. She's really angry at that, and she just obviously she's on the Inquisitors now, but
could be
um
could
but
be a
go ahead.
lot of different things, and obviously I still think she's gonna die just because he knows it, his identity. There's some rooted connection there, though, for sure.
Yeah, because as soon as he like finds her, I mean, if they run into each other, have a connection, he's gonna know right away. Another scenario I have is, and I don't know if this is true, but they did have a flashback at the very beginning, and it showed like the four little kids in that flashback in the very opening, and I'm thinking that one girl that was in there was Reva. So I'm thinking because that's when they all got slaughtered. I'm assuming I think that's when they got slaughtered. So I'm thinking he had some like I can't remember what all happened that time,
You talk
but
about the Younglings episode 3 when he's killing all the people in the Jedi Temple.
yeah, like did Obi-Wan have any connection to that? Was he
To the
responsible for
Order
them?
66? No, he had no connection to that.
Well, I know not in Order 68, but did he like was he like on the planet protecting them, or did he tell someone to protect them, or no?
No, the Jedi temples on Coruscant, Order 66. All the Jedi's were on different planets fighting the Clone Wars. They all got their messages. The stormtroopers, people at the Jedi Temple got killed. All the Jedi at different planets got killed by the stormtroopers.
Damn. Well, I think she's from that flashback, so I think she already has some trauma. But I feel like there's more to this story. I feel like maybe she's upset because she knows who Anakin Skywalker is, and because she knew who Anakin Skywalker was, and that Obi-Wan was the one that trained him in the first place, and now he's on the dark side. Maybe she blames him for the position she's in now because the Grand Inquisitor said that she's nothing like them. He said that he found her in the gutter, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, she's in the gutter. That means she was probably at her worst point, period. And maybe she's blaming Obi-Wan Kenobi for being at her worst point, period. And that's why she's with the Inquisitors now.
Absolutely. She had to survive, either join the dark side or not, and perish. So that I like that. I like that point of view. I like that. I mean, that could personally go out to be that way too. So I like that point of view on that.
We shall see. Also, how does Obi-Wan react to the news? Like, so right now he's been this like standoffish, refusing everybody's wishes, like making it seem like, because he failed Anakin, obviously. So now he has that in the back of his mind. But now he thought he killed Anakin, and that really hurt him. That took a big toll on him. But now that he realizes that he didn't kill Anakin, that he's actually still alive, I wonder how he's going to react. What are your thoughts on that?
I think he was surprised because after episode 3, he cuts off his legs. He's like, Anakin, I have the high ground. Cuts off his limbs and everything. Then he burns in the fires and then just completely handicapped and injured at that point. He should have died. But I think his hatred for Obi-Wan at that point. But at the end of the episode 3, he's like, I hate you. His eyes are all red and stuff. As he's dying, so I'm thinking Obi-Wan just expecting this to die. He didn't go back down there and slam with his lightsaber. He just thought he would die from his injuries, which he didn't. And I think he was surprised to hear that and shocked. It even scared him because now what is he at this point after 10 years?
It's true. Like 10 years later, he thought he died, and maybe he's gonna, like, how is he gonna react now that he almost died and he was at the hands of Obi-Wan? Maybe another scenario could be is Darth Vader told Reva he was Anakin Skywalker and told her to go search for Obi-Wan. Maybe that was her sole mission, and he said that maybe I'll make you Grand Inquisitor or something, or make her something of some importance if she finds Obi-Wan and kills him.
Which is crazy too, because in the comic books, a young Darth Vader is known as Nightfall Vader. He's supposed to be like the strongest in his early years as Vader. So I think if they were to get a lightsaber lightsaber battle now, which I've been reading some stuff in this 6-episode series that him and Obi-Wan are gonna square off. Spoiler alert. It's not gonna end well for the former master.
Ooh, interesting. I like it because you read a lot of those comics. I don't read too much of them. I only read the ones that are sort of relevant to what I'm doing or what I'm watching and stuff. So, but you read them all the time.
Yes, I do.
What other questions we got? We read that. Now we saw multiple times Obi-Wan reaching out to Qui-Gon on the episodes, and I feel like now that he's actually used the Force to save Leia and not let her die, do you think that we're going to see an appearance of him, or do you think he's going to get through to him?
You're going to see a lot of Liam Neeson's character in these episodes. I think going forward, at the end of episode 3, Yoda says, "I got training for you on Tatooine." Basically, in the animated series, Yoda goes to Dagobah, and then he gets to see Qui-Gon and the whole Force Ghost thing, and gets his training there and gets a kind of glimpse of everything. So that's basically, it ties into episode 3 at the end. So basically, in this new series, you're going to see a lot of Obi-Wan communicating with his former master, Liam Neeson's character from episode 1, as Qui-Gon as a Force Ghost. So I think they're going to have a lot of training to do and a lot of talking to do together. So I think it's going to help them a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I think that us seeing that and seeing them call out, I feel like that was like a tidbit, like, yo, this is going to happen more. Like, not yet, but you'll see it, So I like that a lot because we haven't seen Liam Neeson in so long.
Yeah,
it's been quite a while, man. I'm kind of glad he's back, but I wonder how they're going to do it.
I hope it doesn't start off, I got a unique set of skills that make me very dangerous. He's going to go straight taking on these other dark Jedi. It'd be great. I would fucking love it.
If he says that, dude, I'm gonna bring it back up on the next show.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, oh, wolf.
Some other questions I had was, where's Darth Vader at the end of episode 2? We see him in this fish tank of some sorts. It's like their healing tank of healing people. Obviously, like you just said, he was pretty much almost dead. He got his limbs cut off and everything, and now he's back in there again. But where do you think he's at?
You remember Boba Fett? Boba Fett. He's in a Bacta tank, just like he is healing. Basically, Vader's constantly in pain from the burns, the lungs that were severely burnt by the fires and everything, and so constantly that pain is gonna make you feel anger and stuff. But even him as a human, though, you got to be able to heal a little bit so he can go out to battle and stuff. So I think he's in that tank just healing his wounds temporarily so he can go out and do his thing. So that costume kind of alleviates some of the pain.
Yeah, he's got lots of stuff to think about. Do you think he's well? I had a feeling he was in a Baka tank just because of the book of Boba Fett kind of give me that. But do you think he's on a particular planet, or you think he's in a ship?
I think he's in the Death Star.
Death Star.
And I think at the end you can see those menacing eyes. And I'm like, oh man, he's thinking of Obi-Wan right now. That's all he can think of.
Yeah.
Killing his former master.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I think he's at. I think he's on the Death Star. I don't think he leaves the Death Star.
Speaking of all the Grand Inquisitor, or all the Inquisitors, one that I found that was really strange. Now, while we're talking about the fifth brother, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but when you read the comics, normally everyone who's pretty much an Inquisitor is usually a Jedi, but not all of them. I think in the later comics, they have people that join that aren't Jedis. So I don't know if this kind of plays into it, but we don't know if the Grand Inquisitor was a Jedi. And I don't think we know if the fifth brother is a Jedi either, but we know Reva is for sure. And the fourth sister, I'm assuming. But the fifth brother seems to be so merciful. You see him countless times to the first couple of episodes. Like he's rewarding people if they, come up with something. He's constantly giving Reva shit, for not hurting anybody or doing certain things, and he gets mad at her when she comes around the corner and he like slams her against the wall and he's talking to her and whatnot. Like, why do you think he's so merciful?
I think he goes back to his Jedi roots. I still think he's not a full-fledged Inquisitor all the way. And secondly, the Grand Inquisitor, if we haven't seen the animated series, same guy, white, bald head. He's actually part of the Royal Guard on Coruscant, the Jedi Order. So he controls a lot of the...
So he's not a Jedi at all?
Oh, he's a Jedi, the Grand Inquisitor. He's a former Jedi, but he was part of the Royal Guard.
Oh, the Royal Guard. I apologize.
The Royal Guard and everything. Yeah, you'd have to watch the animated series, which is very long or whatever.
Is that the Rebels?
That's different. The Clone War kind of thing.
Clone Wars? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. Is it on? I'm sure it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. I started watching that when all these new shows came out because I didn't get to watch those when I was little. So I'm like, it's hard because I'm not really, other than Dragon Ball Z, I'm like, oh, animated series and stuff like that. I mean, I try not to watch too much of those, but I have my tastes.
I still watch Dragon Ball. I got Haley catching up on right now. We're over on the Android saga, but yeah,
nothing wrong with it. I own them all, so it's like it's not a big deal.
True that. Once we get done with this one, I've never seen GT, so I'll be watching that. But we're getting off topic. Yeah. Send me the like those episodes that you were just mentioning, to me, and I'll watch those. So
Absolutely.
I'm caught up. But yeah, I find it weird that he's very very merciful versus these guys. I feel like, yeah, just like you said, he's got those Jedi roots, because it is really weird how in that particular moment, in that one shop, when they're talking to the shop owner or the bar owner who is serving people, and there's a Jedi that's inside that bar, and they're talking about how, oh, a Jedi is so merciful, and then it shows that guy's face, the fifth brother, and then it talks more about Jedis and what they do. And then you see Reva, like, I don't know if she's like doing some crazy shit or whatever. And then it brought up that guy, and he decided, you know what? Boom. I'm thinking that the reason they brought that up is to bring attention to the fifth brother and the fact that maybe he's still not, like, he's a Jedi and he's just not a full-fledged Inquisitor. Maybe he's invading them in a way, or being like a spy, I guess, of some sorts. That's what I could see.
Trying to live, trying to survive. Obviously, hard times. Jedi's are near extinct. I think it's teeter-tottering between the dark side and the light side. I think eventually he will die by the hands of Darth Vader.
Yeah, he'll realize, this dude just is not. He's not on my side. So he's halfway on my side, and if he's not all the way on my side, he's dead.
Absolutely. So I can't go into too much detail with that because I don't know. But what I feel is he won't be living very long.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Last thing we're going to talk about is the T-16 Skyhopper. So for those of you that don't know, and I believe I don't know if it's the first or second episode of Star Wars, like the movies. Luke Skywalker is seen playing with a toy T-16 Skyhopper while also being in a T-16 Skyhopper. And then in this episode, I think it was the first episode of Obi-Wan. They
So
Obi-Wan
episode 4.
for Obi-Wan.
You're talking about the Obi. Oh, you're talking about. Okay, I thought you meant the movies with Luke Skywalker.
So the movie was the fourth movie is when he was playing with it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if he's on Tatooine in the 4th movie, Empire Strikes Back, the 5th.
So ignore what I said. So it's the fourth movie is where older Luke Skywalker is playing with the T-16 Skyhopper while also being in a T-16 Skyhopper. And then in Obi-Wan, the TV series on Disney Plus right now, I think it's either episode 1 or 2. I can't remember. I have to go back and watch. But Obi-Wan gives him a T-16 Skyhopper toy, and you see him playing with it. And then later on, I think it was in episode 1. And then episode 2, you see Owen come back and he throws it at Obi-Wan's feet and it breaks. So is this the same T-16 Skyhopper, or do you think there's another one that he gives him, or do you think he's going to repair it and give it back to Luke Skywalker? Because obviously he has it years later. I thought that was a cool Easter egg that they did.
Yeah, I missed that Easter egg, but when you kind of give an idea, like we're talking about Luke, I'm also thinking of Anakin too. Did he mess with that in episode 1 on Tatooine or episode 2? So I'm trying to think. And I know we talked about when he's doing the little race car driving and everything, but I didn't really notice that all the way. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. But
you know what? Where's my phone? Let me look it up right now. I don't know if Anakin played with it. Let me see. T6.
But that's a good little Easter egg you caught on to because I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, like you see him playing with it. It just looks like Luke, man. He said that he owned a two-man one, but burned out the instrumentation during a reckless trip through Beggars Canyon and Star Wars Databank. That was in episode 4, A New Hope.
Yep.
I don't see. Let me see. I'm just gonna type in Anakin. Skywalker.
I'm always saying that because the pod racing in episode 1 and everything like that.
I think Anakin had a different one. I have to go back and watch the one with Anakin. But yeah, I don't think Anakin had one, but I know that Luke Skywalker had one. I just saw the Easter egg. The only reason I remember that is because I was watching the movie the other day, and he was playing with it in the thing. And the next thing I know, I watched that episode, and I saw him give it to him and him playing again. I was like, oh, wow, like, I like that. Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I watched New Hope in episode 2 yesterday. Episode 4 and 2 yesterday. It's kind of bouncing around a little bit, so I'm like, man, these TV series are putting a lot of Easter eggs in there. I got to pay attention a little bit more.
Yeah, it's hard. Well, if you watch it the first time and then you go back again and watch it a second time, like the second time is when I saw it. The first time I'm not really paying attention. I'm more into the series. I feel like once you watch it again a second time and you start looking for Easter eggs, like you're looking for things that kind of pop out to you. Like it's the boring scenes when you see them. Like it's always a boring scene. Like they're just doing something, or it's like he's spying on somebody or something like that. It's always one of those types of things. Like the bar. I don't know if you noticed the bar, but everyone's drinking that blue liquid stuff. That's also I see. I think the
episode 2.
Yeah. The last time I saw that was, I think, in either Boba Fett or another series. So, like, there's little tidbits like that. I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily an Easter egg, but you see these things. And then also, I don't know if you noticed, but the credits and all that, they were blue. It brings me back to the old days, bro. So, like, little things like that, man. I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is interesting. But yeah, that's what we got for this. For the first and second episode. The third episode comes out on Friday. So we'll do another one again next week, probably on Monday or Tuesday. Depends on if you're working or not, Danny. But you got anything else you want to add or say anything?
No, not really. I just can't wait for some lightsaber battles between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader.
Hell yeah, bro.
There might be 2 from what I've been reading, but I'm not sure.
You know what? I was thinking I'm getting a Dragon Ball Z tattoo sleeve. Maybe I might start a Star Wars sleeve on this one.
Yeah. What do you think about your Dragon Ball Z tattoo? Out of curiosity.
What am I thinking about getting?
Yeah, because I've been thinking about getting one too. I want to get like Ultra Instinct Goku and Jiren fighting each other.
I got this one right now. And it's Kami. It's the Kami symbol, House of Kami. Kami means ruler of the earth or ruler of the world or people, essentially. My name is Derek, and if you look up my name, it also means ruler of people, or I don't think it's earth. It's ruler of people. So gives me a little relation. That's kind of the reason why I got that. But I might get Vegeta or I might get Goku. I think I'm leaning more toward Goku right now.
I feel you get more of a Vegeta one though. Everybody likes Team Vegeta.
I know that I want to. Everyone likes Goku too. I don't know yet. I'm still decided. I got to look it up. I want to find a really cool tattoo, and I got some good artists that have already hit me up. An old friend Sterling from high school, old friend Christopher Mendoza from high school. Both of them do really good work, and then I have some other people hit me up that I'm not too familiar with, but probably gonna go with one of those guys. But it just depends on what I want and stuff. So because everyone's always wanting like $200 an hour. So, but anyways, it's just sitting there for that long.
Yeah.
When do I want to pick the time to sit there for that long? But all right, man. I appreciate you being on the show, man. I'm gonna let you go. All righty.
All right.
All right, guys. That's gonna complete our show today. Don't forget to subscribe below and be sure to hit that like button. We'll be doing this next Friday. Do another review. I have some really good questions again going on, guys. I appreciate you guys all listening, and you guys have a swell day.